Boys and girls, are you sitting flat?
Check.
Your hands in your lap.
Check.
And you're not talking.
Check.
All right, so you're ready. So we're going to go through Tumblebooks, a real quick lesson. Here's Mr. Tumblebooks. And if your computer does not have the H. Cadero password books, just let me know unless you know how to type it in yourself. Then you press the S button, the red button, and of course you're going to choose a story that you have not read before. That is very important because you're not going to become a better reader if you don't read new books. If you read the same story over and over again, are you going to get better?
No.
No. So you're going to choose a book that you haven't read before. You've got alphabet or numbers up here. And I'm just picking any book. And let's say you go through the story. The end. It should have said, there we go.
The end.
Now what I'm going to show you is I've showed you these X's before, right?
Yeah.
And I've told you, oh, just X out and then get your quiz.
Edna is looking for something that is.
And then I've told you can open your story up if you need to find an answer that you don't get on the quiz. Well, what I showed you was the X's, but the X's are on something called a tab. Now here's what I'm talking about with the tab. Have you ever seen teachers or your parents put stuff away in a file cabinet?
Yeah.
And they find stuff by looking on the tab. Usually the tab has words on it. That one is a tab, kind of tab. It has words on it. It'll say like supplies here, or it'll say doctor bills or receipts. And so the tabs help you find things. So on a computer, we have tabs as well. So let's get over to our story. Let's just do this one. Oh, and the other thing I wanted to show you are the reading levels. I've showed you this before. This one's a 3rd grade. This one is a 1st grade. This one is the 3rd grade. Do you see these numbers right here? What grade level is that?
4th.
4th. Here's a 2nd grade. Now, if you're a high reader, you can choose higher levels. If you have trouble with reading, maybe you should try a 1st grade book. What it is the test will be harder the harder the grade level. Do you understand? Okay, so here's Dot, which is a 1st grade book. So here's what I'm going to talk about when I was talking about tabs. Do you see how that opened up? Watch. When I click on the book, you're going to see another tab, just like I showed you over here. Remember I showed you what a tab looks like in a file cabinet? Well, here's this tab right here. Now watch what happens when I click on the story. It creates another tab. Do you see the tab up there? And the tab has an X on it. Now watch what happens when I click. Look, I can go back and forth with the tabs. Just like we toggled between windows, we can toggle between tabs. Now watch what happens when I click on the quiz. Well, it didn't.
Question 1. Vashti sat in her chair after class because.
Well, it didn't create another tab, but here's what you can do. You can move this window over. If you don't see it, maybe it's covered up. Maybe your computer looks like this. Remember I showed you how to grab it by the corner? Shrink it, grab it by the top, move it over, and you'll probably find your quiz. A lot of you tell me, I don't know where my quiz went. Well, there it is. It's hiding. And now you can go back to your tabs, and here's your story in case you need to look at the story again. Remember we talked about keywords in the question? What's the key word here?
Question 1. Vashti sat in her chair after class because.
What's the key word?
Because.
No, think about it. What is the main thing they're talking about?
Sit.
They're talking about her sitting in what?
Chair.
In a chair. And then here are the answers.
1. She was disappointed in her artwork. 2. She had misbehaved. 3. Her teacher told her to. 4. Her foot had fallen asleep.
So
This was over, but Vashti sat glued to her chair. Her paper was empty.
Empty.
Vashti's teacher leaned over the blank paper. Ah, a polar bear in a snowstorm, she said. Very funny, said Vashti. I just can't draw.
So which one of those do you think it is?
The first one.
1.
That one.
She was disappointed in her artwork.
Probably
I
right.
wanted it.
Okay.
Question
So you're going to continue to be able to go back and forth using tabs and using the windows. This is a window right here. I just created a window. See?
Question 1.
That's a window right here.
Question 1.
And this is
Vashti sat.
and this is a window right here. You see that? This is a window. Say window.
Window.
And this is a window. Point to this window. They're like these rectangles. Do you understand? Now what are these called? Who remembers what I just taught you?
Tabs.
Tabs. Very good. You guys are great listeners. It's just a quick review. Remember that when you're done. Oh, did you see that message? You've got to see that message. Hold on. Watch what happens when I do the red dot instead of the curly Q. Let me do another one. And another one. Okay. What does it say right here?
Cancel.
Nope. Next to cancel.
Do you want tabs?
Read it.
Close tabs.
Close tabs. So now you know what a tab is, right?
Yeah.
So when I click that blue button, it's going to close all these tabs that I had. See? I have 1, 2, 3 tabs. So watch. Blue means close tabs. So that's what it means when you see that. So remember that when you get to the end of your quiz, you're going to have a score. Is that a passing score?
No.
You have to look on the wall on that chart and see if it's passing.
Nope.
And then if it is passing, you're going to write it on this form. Your first name, your last name, the story name, the score, and you're going to put it in this box right here. You see this box?
Yeah.
You see that with the little Tumblebooks man?
Yeah.
Please put it in that box for me, and I will record your score and give it back to you at another time. And remember that when it is time to go, you're going to push in your chair, you're going to put up your headphones, and you're going to stand in front of your chair without standing on the chair or rocking it or making noises. Do you understand?
Yeah.
So we're going to quietly and slowly go to our computers. Nope, not our computers. You're going to make a line and get your paper and pencil. It's over here. Thank you.